You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okello, live from Seattle, Washington, USA.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me for another amazing session here of the Daily African Proverbs. Thank you so much for joining me for another amazing session of the Daily African Proverbs. My name is Simon Javan Okello, and I am here on Clubhouse, live and direct, and I am also live and direct on YouTube. So I want to thank you, Gregory Pierre, for being here, being my first guest here on Clubhouse. This is a daily ritual for me. I come here on Clubhouse every Monday to Friday, and also on YouTube every Monday to Friday. And my mission is to bring African wisdom to the masses by dissecting these African proverbs every Monday to Friday. Sometime I have guests, like yesterday I had a guest whose name was Stefan Youngblood, and it was just an amazing time to interview him and learn a little more about him and the work that he's doing. Especially, he was an African American, and this is Black History Month. February is Black History Month, and there was so much that he shared with us in regards to the work he's doing. And so today, I don't have a guest. Today, I am here to just dive deeper with you and share with you this amazing proverb from Chad. And the proverb from Chad that we are discussing today is also the latest tweet on my Twitter. It's the pinned tweet. My Twitter handle is @OkelloJavan. And also this is the latest Instagram post. If you look at my Instagram, which is connected to my profile here on Clubhouse, you will find the proverb. And it says, "Ask for support if you wish to remain strong." Ask for support if you wish to remain strong. Hey, Crystal, nice to see you. I want to invite you up on stage. And Tiffany, feel free to join me on stage as well. And I see Farai is also here. And Gregory, also feel free to join me on stage. I always love listening to each and everyone's perspectives when it comes to these African proverbs, because, wisdom is like fire. People take it from one another. So I don't come here for the Daily African Proverbs as the host of the show with all the answers, but I come here also as a student. In fact, every time when we end the Daily African Proverbs room on Clubhouse, I always leave with the biggest benefit of having learned so much. So I want to quickly pin this proverb here, and I also want to encourage you to, ensure that you're pinging, 3 to 5 people into the room, and also ensure that, you are also, using the Caesar feature, the clip feature on Clubhouse to share some of the nuggets that we are going to be discussing today here, on Clubhouse. But you can share it on Twitter, you can share it on your Instagram as as a story, and I want to make it easy for you who are with me on Clubhouse to see the proverb written at the top of the room, and then that way you can also join me live and direct on YouTube. So when I looked at this proverb, ask for support if you wish to remain strong, it reminded me so much about Elliot Kipchoge. Elliot Kipchoge is the greatest marathon runner of all time, and he comes from a city called Eldoret, which is not too far from Kisumu, where I grew up. In fact, I used to go to Eldoret, especially in my early and mid 20s. I used to go to Eldoret a lot. My mother used to supply. We had a business where we were supplying all the schools in Nyanza with school uniforms and sweaters, but particularly sweaters. You had to go to Eldoret, where the factory for manufacturing sweaters in Kenya was located. So while making these trips to Eldoret, I used to see these, groups of marathon runners every morning. I used to leave Kisumu at around 2 a.m. in the morning. So by the time I arrived in Eldoret, it was, the wee hours of the morning there. And so you would see groups of runners, they are running in groups, not individuals. And you find that these are world-class runners, and they're all running in groups, And what I learned from just observing them was that, was exactly what this proverb brings to my mind, that even though these people are people who are, for example, Elliot Kipchoge is someone who has run for many marathons, he's gone to many Olympic races, but you never see him running alone, because he wants to finish the marathon. He's always running either with a group that he has been training with throughout his training, or when he's in an actual marathon, you see him still pacing himself with other runners who are also taking part in the race. So that is what came up for me initially when I looked at this proverb. I felt that, and I still feel that, you should ask for support if you wish to stay strong, but you don't need to wait so that you are so vulnerable, and then you ask for support. You should ask for support as while you are the strongest, so that you can conserve your energy and you can run a successful marathon. That's what came up for me, and that's what I want to share as we begin our conversation today. And I just want to create space, for Crystal to give us the perspectives on this proverb. And also I want to just thank you all who have joined me on YouTube. Before I pass the microphone to Crystal to just share her perspectives for a moment, thank you. And I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel, really the purpose is the same with what we have here on Clubhouse, where every Monday to Friday I share a new African proverb, with the hope that when you watch the entire video, when you listen keenly, you'll be able to grab a little bit of African wisdom that you can take away. So thank you again for the continued support. And Crystal is also one of the people that have been supporting this space, for the last year, really. So Crystal, just share with us where you are joining us from, how you are doing, and also what this proverb from Chad means to you. Thank you so much.
Yes, these proverbs always have a way of showing me, speaking to, it's like a message from God, speaking to like things that I need to be mindful of in my day to day. So I always appreciate this space because I hear messages that God is sending to me here. So thank you for being that. Thank you for being that vessel or that messenger. Um, so yes, I'm Crystal. I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia, US right now. Um, this proverb asks for support if you wish to remain strong. Um, we're communal beings. We're communal beings. That is that's our purpose here. We we to really act in love and to be love is to be in community with each other. Um, this has been a personal struggle for me, asking for help, just because throughout life I've kind of navigated in a way to do things on my own. But it really is an act of strength to embrace, receive support from others. Um, I don't want to be disappointed, and that fear is what's going to keep me. Hold on one second, baby. That fear is ultimately what is going to prevent me from being more productive in getting things done. I have to be in a space to receive support, um, and ask for support and embrace help when it is available to me. So I think this just speaks to that village, that community that we all know we need. And I'm done speaking.
Thank you so much, Crystal. It's true. It's true that we always, even when we think that we don't need the village, even when we think that we have it all figured out, we find that we do need the village, and the village also needs us. So like the little one that was just right there with you. It's so comforting for them to know that, for them to stay strong, they can just easily get any support they want from you. I'm a father of 3 girls myself, and sometime we all work, most of us work from home currently. And like yesterday, I had to put in some work on my laptop, in the dining table, and my daughter, my youngest, who is 2.5, for some reason yesterday she was just extra needy. And so between me and the laptop and the table, that's the spot where she wants to stay. And I also have deadlines to meet. So at the end of the day, I realized that I can't fight her to get her away from me the whole day. But I am her support system. She has nobody else to go to. So I had to find a way of just embracing her neediness and making it a part of my Zoom calls, and just being with her, where she wanted me to meet her. So I just wanted to share that. And I also want to welcome you all who are joining us here for the Daily African Proverbs. This session is being recorded for the African Father in America podcast, and that's the name of my podcast, and also the name of this club here, the African Father in America club here on Clubhouse, which I encourage you to follow, and also nominate 3 to 5 people to also follow the African Father in America club. And I also want to encourage you to ping in 3 to 5 people to join us for this conversation in these early stages. This is a really, really amazing space. Just like Crystal was saying, it's a space that we've intentionally been protecting and cultivating over the last year, really. So, again, Mala is going to speak next, and she's also one of the people who are making this village possible. Mala, share with us your perspectives on this proverb from Chad. And also share with us where you're joining from, please.
Oh, I always love to talk about my hometown. It's a beautiful day and great day from Philadelphia. It's a sunny day. It's a mild day. And when I think of this proverb, ask for support if you wish to remain strong, so much of this pervasive culture in this country, and with colonization and all of the things that we've endured as people of the diaspora, is to sever our connection. Yes, we come into the world completely dependent to become independent, but I believe the goal is interdependence, because we need each other. And so I think that for so many people, the decolonization of a mindset or of a psyche is to understand that strength is in asking for support, that you are not without the resources that you need in this realm or any other. You literally have an army of ancestors, right? But if you are not in communion, and if you also are not clear, right? Because sometimes we are so toxically positive, we don't know our true location. And positivity has its place, but so does every other emotion that we navigate. And so often when we are on those mountain tops, it is great and we feel accomplished and there's praise that comes with that. But there's valleys. And we talked about that yesterday, the valleys on the ways to the mountains. And we so desperately need support. And support does not make you weak. It's an invitation for those that support you, love you, want to encourage you to show up in very tangible ways. And what do we negate when we don't open up those doors and those pathways to those? Because it also helps to deepen bonds and deepen relationships, and that it creates an opportunity for reciprocity in relationships. So those are things that I'm really sitting with, because I can struggle to ask for support, but I love to support people, right? So I can't hinder that frequency of what wants to circulate back to me if I'm unwilling to ask and receive that support. So those are my thoughts, and I will listen to everyone. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mala. I just appreciate that. Yeah, I feel that, I can totally relate with what you're saying. I have a hard time asking for help myself too. And sometimes, I can even provide services to clients or to people that know that they're supposed to pay me. But, writing that invoice is not that I'm procrastinating about it, but it's just hard for me. I'm not used to receiving. I'm so used to giving, and it's pretty much like asking for support. If you are used to supporting people, asking for you to be supported is not always easy. So thank you so much for sharing your perspectives, Mala, and thank you so much for also joining us on YouTube and just continuing supporting this space. Now I see that we have my brother Joseph Kafunda, who is another amazing supporter of the Daily African Proverbs, but we also host together with a community of people. We host the Travel in Africa sessions. This is a session that we have every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we have it tomorrow, but from next Wednesday it's changing to 11:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that we can have more people from Africa joining us for those conversations. And it's a travel room, but we are also doing real traveling, organizing, especially for the people in the diaspora to Africa. So if you want to learn more, follow Joseph, connect with him, and join us tomorrow. My brother, how are you, and where are you joining us from today?
Hi, Simon. Thank you for the wonderful room and for always your support. It's very much endless and uncountable. And the Proverbs today, before I just speak about it, it's just showing how much support I've been getting from you, from everybody. And greeting to Mala, Eric, and Kikuyu. It's nice to be on stage with you. Simon, I find myself in front of a lovely, wonderful, beautiful waterhole here in Etosha National Park, where I'm currently here with my 4 French clients that I'm guiding, showing them around Namibia. So we were last week in the south. Now we are finding ourselves enjoying one of the most wonderful opportunity for the people who travel to Africa, exploring the wildlife and seeing elephants. And this morning we saw some lions. And just now we are seeing a group of elephants walking to the waterhole. So it's really, really a beautiful place that I find myself. And I can't wait to do another game drive this afternoon, just as the sun going down. And then tomorrow I'll be heading back to Windhoek, and then the tour is finished. So it will be nice to share this opportunity and this moment with everybody tomorrow. Like Simon said, we are hosting that travel in Africa. It's just for us to caucus, speak, and mingles, and see how the beauty of the continent, and inviting our brothers and sisters in the diaspora, even in Africa, to explore and share this opportunity with us. Simon, coming back to today's wonderful Proverbs, ask for support if you wish to remain strong. I remember the first day when I heard you speaking about traveling in Africa. It was you and David and Jared. And I try to approach you guys as quick as I can so that I can get that motivation, that support, so that I can become also influential in the travel industry. Since it's my passion, it's my medications. It has been the healing and the therapy that I've been going through for the past 19 years in the industry. So asking for support, it's always a very, very good thing, because since that day I ask you for support, just look how many wonderful rooms we have come together and we have crossed. So I believe that when you ask someone and that somebody is willing to support you, let them support with their entire heart. Let's not support halfway, because when you support halfway, it means that you are not showing the person your true color. So for me, I always said, seek for support, but give it in return with in full hands, because if you give halfway, then that person actually is not going to move forward with that support you have provided. So it goes hand in hand as to everybody who is here teaching and sharing their wonderful interpretation of the proverbs. That's a support that we are getting. That is a moral support that we are getting. I wanted to go for a safari, and I said no, 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 let me wait and get the motivation speaker speak from these people, because for me it's gonna carry me this afternoon. It's gonna give me a wonderful opportunity to go into the wildlife and search for wonderful animals by remembering what was shared today. So it's always good. And I'm done speaking. My name is Joseph Kafunda.
Wonderful, wonderful, Joseph. Thank you so much. I'm always jealous of these beautiful places that you're always traveling to. Sometimes I feel like you're a spirit. You're always in different spaces, every single day. And it's just beautiful, man. Keep it up. You'll stay young for a long time, Keep traveling. I do want to welcome you all who are joining us here on Clubhouse for the Daily African Proverbs, and also thank you to everybody who is joining us on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also remember to share the link to today's conversation with your community members, and leave us with your comment. Leave us with your comment on the YouTube channel, so that we know what your thoughts are in regards to this proverb from Chad, that says, ask for support if you wish to remain strong. This is an original African wisdom from Chad. And if you know any person from Chad who is on Clubhouse, please ping them so that they can join us for this conversation. And if you are on Clubhouse, I also really, really encourage you to ping in 3 to 5 people to join us for this conversation. Share it with others so that they can also join us. But now I want to move on to Eric. Eric, I think you're joining us today for the first time, or you might have been supporting these sessions, but we haven't connected recently. But I want to welcome you. Share with us where you're joining us from, and how you're doing, and what your perspectives are on this proverb from Chad. It says, ask for support if you wish to remain strong.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever everyone is in the world. I'm from Kenya. Was born in Mombasa. I'm in Sugarland, Texas. It's a suburb outside of Houston. And I joined you the other day with God. What's his name? What's that gentleman's name?
Was it Fred?
He owns. No,
Stefan. Yeah. It was an amazing time.
And that's how, yes, and that's how I knew about your room, because I follow him, and so when it comes to this topic, it's very hard. Sometimes I don't know if it has to do with sometimes where we all come from and how we are raised, but it's one thing to ask for support and not usually get the type of support you need, or ask for help and not get the type of help you need. And so it takes on this different mindset or shift in your mind that you can just do it yourself, or you just say, what's the use, right? And so for me, it's just it's a conflict in my mind when to ask for support and what you expect out of that support. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary, right? We can talk about support in mental, physical, maybe in terms of maybe even work support. When you have a business and you have partners that you want them to pull their weight, and you're trying to get them to support you so you can get to the same goal, and they're not doing as much, or they're making excuses, and so for me, it's a tough topic, and it's a tough thing to handle. So you try to do everything by yourself, and so those things is what I fight with daily, and so I don't know if anybody else has those type of has ever been in those type of situations But yeah, if you wish to remain strong, I think it just has to be a mindset shift, because um, sometimes you might not get the full support that you need or expect, and so I'm conflicted by
Oh,
this topic, most definitely.
excellent, excellent. Thank you so much. Karibu kabisa, karibu kabisa.
Mm.
Yeah.
Unajua nilikaa Kisumu before I came to the US. That was the last city. I ended up in Kitale Academy. I barely stayed there for a month before I flew out to the US back in the 80s. So it's good to see another person from Kisumu. Great city.
Oh man, that's beautiful. If you went to Kisumu now, you'd probably get lost because it has really developed, and the port in Kisumu is it used to be the biggest port in Lake Victoria, which is the largest lake in Africa, but now it's being revamped. It's like a world class port that is going to really change the logistics across East Africa. But also devolution. For those who don't know, Kenya for a long time was a federal government where everything was being, all the resources had to come from the national government to all the regions in the country. But for the last almost 10 years, we've had a devolved system of government where every region has like a mini country, and it has really taken resources to the grassroots in a way that almost all the 45 counties in Kenya now have like airports, and we have a really robust railway line being built across the country. So it's beautiful to visit the continent, but also you can also visit it virtually. Tomorrow we are talking a lot about this kind of thing, so you should join Joseph and I and a number of other people in the travel in Africa room here on Clubhouse every Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Again, thank you, Eric. I'm grateful that you're here.
Before I go on mute, you have is that a room within this room, the African Father in America, or is that the travel? What was the room? Travel in Africa?
Yes, the room is called Travel in Africa, but it's in the One Vibe Africa Club.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the One Vibe Africa Club, and Joseph or myself could DM you the link to it, and it's just, I think it's one of my after this daily African proverbs, that one is my other favorite space, because I thought that I had traveled across Africa. For example, I've lived and worked in over 7 countries in Africa, but then you meet someone like Joseph who has been to over 30 countries in Africa and counting. He travels all the time, so I'm like an amateur when it comes to someone like Joseph. Then we have another person who has worked with almost all the major airlines. Her name is Aduoa. She's also a part of the group that is helping us build that travel event every week. So it's just a beautiful space, so you should come and share with us all the beautiful places like what you just did, Kitale and Kisumu. I just love those kinds of stories.
Yes, Simon, let me say, I left there when I was a baby. I came here in December of '86. So but the reasons I left were very, very, very controversial. So I couldn't come back till 2004 when I just graduated college. I went to U of H, degree in industrial distribution, and when I went back, it was like night and day. So unajua my Swahili ni kidogo nasikia, but kuzungumuza tough.
No problem.
Yes, and so that being said, I'm gonna say something about support. We had a big business here, and we were trying to get a lot of people to support us because we took a lot of kids out of the Kibera slums of Nairobi. And so we ended up educating them ourselves from babies to college. Some of them have engineering degrees. So we have a nice place, apartment in Nairobi. And if you see my mom in the PTR, we were digging wells, water wells, and we have 3 of them. And we started a water distribution and company. We're gonna talk, Simon. Are you in the States by any
Man,
chance?
yeah, I am in the States, and I feel that our stories collide or align so much because, my mom also ran an orphanage home from 1997 until 2013, and I'm currently running the same space, but it's a creative hub now where we do a lot of music, film, and tech stuff. So there's a lot of synergy in your story and my story. So I'm just so glad we connected.
We're gonna talk. I sent you my 10K card in the background, and let's communicate. I think some of us in the diaspora we struggle with this support, but I think our definition and what we think of support is so different from many. Because I don't think of it as monetary. I think of it as giving back, and we will talk. I want everybody else to have an opportunity to speak. So this is Eric, and I'm complete for now.
Yes, Eric, thank you again, and I can't wait to learn more about your reasons for leaving Kenya at such a young age. I know that was also the time when the liberation for Kenya was being fought for. So those stories are things that I love to hear. So thank you again. And now we are going to hear from Austin, who is another traveler. Austin, how are you? And where are you joining us from? And also, what are your perspectives on this proverb? Ask for support if you wish to remain strong.
Hey, good morning. Habari za asubuhi. Buen dia. Thank you, Simon, for creating such a great space. I'm originally from Seattle, but I'm here on the Pacific coast of Ecuador today, joining you. And in reference to the topic of the day, ask for support if you wish to remain strong. Wow, I love that because when I think of the word strong, I immediately think of the word vibrant or productive. And when I think of productive, I think about working together. Because we're not really an island unto ourselves. We're better together as a collective. And just like Eric said, when we're working together, we can accomplish more. So when we're reaching out to one another, everybody has a gift. Everyone has a talent. Everyone in this room that's listening today has a gift and a talent. And when we reach out to one another and we work collectively, I think we're more vibrant, we're more productive. And that's strength. Like Eric was saying, it's not about money, but it's about accomplishing something for the greater good. Just like the project you mentioned where you're helping the children. That's our greatest purpose in life. So I'm going to close with that. Thank you for being in the room. And I just look forward to the next event.
Thank you so much, Austin. I'm just so grateful for how global this daily African Proverbs is, and how the perspectives that we share also reflect, our physical locations, where we are, our experiences. And so, I replaced you from Seattle. You left and I came. Anyway, Austin and everybody else who is in the room, thank you again for being here with us. And on Clubhouse, on YouTube, I apologize. On YouTube, I didn't know when I started streaming the Daily African Proverbs on YouTube, I didn't know that it would grow the way it's growing. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers over there. So my goal is that by the end of this month, we get to 2,000, small goals, every month, every day, small goals. So I need your guys' help, make sure you're sharing. All the proverbs we've been discussing over the last few months are all on YouTube. And I need your guys' help, just helping me get to 2,000. So just have that in your mind. If you're watching, thank you. Make sure you subscribe, and also, let 3 to 5 people know that, we are building this to about just 2,000 subscribers by the end of the month. I also just want to welcome my brother Johnny, Shomari, Tasha, Richmo. I see Thandis is also here with us. Thank you for coming back. I think I saw you yesterday. And to everybody else in the room, thank you for being here with us for the Daily African Proverbs. Now we want to go to the incredible Jay, Jay, tell us where you're joining us from, and also how you're doing and what this proverb from Chad means to you.
Good morning, dear brother, and out of Seattle, Washington, and blessings to everyone in this room. The first thing that crossed my mind on this proverb is that no man's an island. You can't go it alone. You can't do it alone. You can't accomplish great things alone. And if you believe that you can, you'll realize later that your energy will be depleted. So it is important that you feel confident and comfortable to ask for support from the right people who believe in your mission, who believe in your purpose, who trust in you, that are going to be there for you to help you to accomplish those things that are needed and necessary, not only in your life, but in the goals that you have set. And I hear this all the time in this room, where Simon will ask for support. And that is just so critical, that we're there for one another and that we can support each other, and which benefits all of us in goals that are positive and really do uplift and support our mission and the community. Thank you so much, dear brother Simon, for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. I'm just grateful that you're here. It means a lot. I know it's early. You know, a lot of the time I'm so used to waking up this early and starting the room at 6 a.m. Of course, I have to be up earlier than 6 a.m. to get this room started and to just do some of the behind the scene work. But to see someone else in Seattle up at this time, you know, just makes me want to do this more. So thank you. I hope you are having a warm cup of coffee or tea to keep you warm. It's been cold this morning. So go ahead.
Brother Simon, can I interrupt and say this about that support? I heard you say you love to exercise, and I thought, okay, I can get up and I'm going to exercise while being on Clubhouse. So that's what I'm doing, dear brother Simon. I'm on Clubhouse, but I'm exercising. God bless.
Wow, that's amazing. You're doing two important things at the same time, you know. I feel that I wish I could actually just listen to the Daily African Proverbs while exercising, but in real time. I don't like replays. Well, even though I record this for my podcast, I listen to each episode. Out of the 5 episodes we record every week, maybe 1 episode is what I listen to. I go back and listen to just one to make sure everything sounded right. But I love live conversations. You know, I'm such a real life experience type of person. I want to hear what's going on now. I want to talk to people right now. And so, you know, I think you're doing a beautiful thing, and I'm just happy that these simple things that we say and do around each other virtually, also influence us to just get better in whatever small ways we can. Now, I do see here in the room we have Aminata, and we also have Richmo, and together with Aminata, Richmo, and a number of other friends and community members, we've been hosting a room here on Clubhouse at 10 a.m. every Tuesday. And I want Aminata to maybe speak a little bit about it. But for me, that room has given me an opportunity to learn a lot about digital currency, NFTs, from an African perspective. You know, I feel that digital currency and cryptocurrency and NFTs, it's like a mystery to me. So, people like Aminata who have a better grasp at it always help me navigate and learn a little more. So if you want to learn and learn through people that look like you, who have been doing this for a while, make sure you follow Aminata or Rich Moise in the audience and join us at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time every Tuesday. Aminata, I'll pass you the microphone so that you can speak to this proverb, and if you want, you can add a little bit to the room that we do every Tuesday in the Africa Day Club.
Hi, Simon. Thank you so much. So I'm going to answer the proverb first. And I think it's very powerful because some people, when they don't look for any form of support or help, that's because they make that decision based off their previous experience when they would ask for help and they would never get it, or people would just turn away from them. So I think if you need to help, like if you are seeking support, it's definitely going to benefit you in the long term because you're basically getting the support from people who has lived longer than you, and they can provide more value to what you are trying to achieve in your life. So I think it's very powerful. And for in any time period where you're living, if you need support, then you should always ask. You should always go and look for a group of people that are in that position and they are where you want to be in your life. I think that is the best way to accomplish anything because if you go to your friends, you go to people that you are comfortable with, they are not necessarily going to give you the best advice or be a positive role model to where you are trying to achieve in your life. So I think the proverb is very good. Ask for support if you wish to remain strong because it's really going to challenge you and you're going to grow that way. So I think it's very powerful and people should really keep that in mind to always ask for support from the people that you want to basically become, because the people who you surround yourself with, you become like them. It took me a very long time to realize that, but for me, I have no problem to, seek out and always go and get guidance from others that are a lot better than me because I know I can learn so much from them. And to Simon's second point, we do host a room about different cryptocurrency exchanges. We haven't really gone into more depth with, NFTs and Web3, but we do talk a lot about crypto, the different exchanges, the benefit that it can really help for the continent of Africa, because I'm from Mali. And, right now, I just spoke to my cousin this morning in Mali, and, he talked about how there's a lot of politicians having a lot of issues because obviously like China is in Mali and they're trying to get seats in basically in higher authority in the country of Mali, and they don't want that. They just accomplished to get the French out, so they want to do the same thing with China. And I think, in Africa is the richest continent, but we are so poor and people don't really think about that. So I think with cryptocurrency and the way that it's really changing it's a big revolution to the financial system. I think this would definitely help Africa and all the other countries inside of it because Nigeria is they're always on top of everything. They always succeed and they are organized and they can always accomplish goals. But if we get every single country into this, it's going to take time, a lot of money, and a lot of education. But I think it will benefit them in the long run. Because like I said before, it's the richest continent, but some of the countries are poor, not all of them, because some of them are doing well, like the North, South, in certain countries. But I think this is a revolution to the financial system, and it can make a big difference in history. And I just want to close there. I don't want to talk too much, but thank you, Simon, and I'm done speaking.
Oh, thank you very much, Aminata, for sharing your perspectives. I had no idea you're from Mali, so I want to connect with you. I love connecting with people from around the continent, especially those who are in the countries that I've not been to. I'm currently working on a project with a local Seattle media house. It's called Converge Media, and I'm working on a program for them, a weekly program that is going to be around Africa. So if you are from any other part of the continent that is not Kenya or Tanzania or Uganda, because I've been to those places and I can find people in those places, I want to have guests, on a real local TV stations. So Joseph and everybody from around the continent, let me know if you're interested, on being, on a black-owned media channel here in Seattle. We really want to use media to change the narrative about Africa. So I'm finding, like-minded brothers and sisters who are doing great work. And Converge Media was founded by Omari Salisbury, who is an amazing African-American who learned about journalism in Tanzania, and Kenya. So he's bringing that knowledge here in Seattle, and is doing an amazing job, So if you want to, if you remember the Seattle protests that actually brought, policy change in the policing system in Seattle, he was one of the people who are at the front line during that entire time. So Converge Media emerged during Seattle protests. Now that was just a little background. I want to come to you, Andrew, my brother. Share with us where you're joining us from and also what today's proverb means to you. Thank you so much.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Simon and everyone else. I'm actually coming from the New York area. And, this particular proverb, there's so much to get out of it. I think, first of all, the issue is really the asking, right? And I think that many of us perceive asking as a sign of weakness. And so we may be undergoing tremendous pressures and strain, and we are keeping it all into ourselves, to ourselves. And I think it when we ask is actually something that shows a sign of strength, and that one, understanding that we are a part of a larger world, and that the Western philosophy is that the individual, let's honor individual effort, but we know in life it's not about the individual. It's really about the collective. And when we fail to ask, it's as if we are neglecting that we are part of a whole. And it's really together we all win. And when we are taking things on our own, we get tired. And we need to understand that life is really a marathon. And I think that that's what's so powerful about the African culture is that is the whole. And if we think of ourselves as part of a whole, there's no reason why not to ask. It also reminds me of the other African proverb that says, if we want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And with that, I'm complete for now.
Thank you so much, my brother, Andrew. I just love everything you had to say. And, literally the YouTube comments are also very, very active. And I really want to thank you all who are joining me there. I want to read a few comments from YouTube just quickly. And I also want to encourage you, if you're on Clubhouse, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can get there through the link at the top of the room. And Fred, who is a regular supporter of the Daily African Proverbs, is there on YouTube. And these are some of the comments that he's sharing with us. He's saying strength is built from support of others. He also says, he shares with us an acronym. ASK is an acronym that says always seek knowledge, strength of mind, soul, and body. And then he says asking for support is depicted as showing weakness or vulnerability. Being vulnerable is evidence of being strong. And then he says, who are you asking for support? The people or the ancestors? Those are good questions there. And then some of his last comments here: the purpose of media is to communicate, organize, and motivate. This is a quote by Dr. Cloud Anderson. And then, finally, he says that the tree is only as strong as the soil in which it stands. Thank you so much, Fred, for those comments. Again, if you're on YouTube with us, make sure you're leaving us with your comments so that we can read them in case you can't join us on Clubhouse. But I want to welcome Dr. Frida, who has been an amazing supporter of a number of things we've done here on Clubhouse. I hope you're doing well. We are going to hear from you in a moment. But now we are going to hear from the homie herself. Tiff, how are you? Where are you joining us from? And what are your thoughts on today's proverb?
Yo, hey Simon, how's everybody doing? It's always good to be here in the African Father in America Club. Thank you for this work that you're doing, for your consistency and your strength. I am joining you from the cold, snowed out state of Ohio here in the USA. It's currently 9:51 a.m. my time. So that's what's going on with me. Luckily, I'm not on a Zoom meeting this morning, Simon. So I'm giving you my all. The proverb today: ask for support if you wish to remain strong. Ask for support if you wish to remain strong. When I came into the room and when I first saw this, I thought about my office. I wanted to put this huge whiteboard on my office, but I could on the wall in my office, but I couldn't figure out how to put these screws in the holes that connected it to the wall. It just didn't make any sense to me. So I went and asked for help. And naturally, I went and asked a man for help, because that's what us ladies do. We go and ask men to help us. We can't, open the jar, reach the top shelf. So I found the closest man, and I asked him to come and help me to put this whiteboard up. And I'm so glad that I asked him, because not only was he able to help me put the whiteboard up, but he was also able to help the whiteboard stay up, because he showed me that there's different clamps that you can put on top of the screw that helps support the screw and helps the screw stay in the wall. So even the screw to stay in the wall can use an extra support. I never knew that. I thought you just hammer the screw in the wall, you screw it in the wall, and that's it. But there's all type of apparatuses, and I'm sure those who are familiar with tools and with construction know what I'm talking about, that you can use to help support the screw in the wall. And I just thought that was so amazing, that even the screw in the wall needs support in making sure that the frame stays hung. So when we think about all the things that we go through and all the things that we experience, I think it's important not to remain in our heads and not to think that we're the only ones that is going through something, and or that we are the only one that is able to hold up whatever we're carrying on our shoulders. Although everyone may not be receptive and everyone may not be able to help you in the area that you may need, there is someone that can help you. And even if the screw in the wall needs support, you need support too. Thank you so much for allowing me to share, Simon. This is Tiff, and I'm done speaking.
Thank you so much, Tiff. I've definitely missed having your full attention. when I do, you always just drop gems after gems. And, also, Tiff, I have a book coming out on March 7th, and I was supposed to be on your podcast in September. And I want to be a guest on your podcast amongst maybe the first, second, or third that I give an opportunity to talk to me about the book. So think about that,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yes, you could come on my podcast. I mean, you already know. I had COVID in September, so I had to cancel you and Johnny. That's why I had to cancel. But yes, I would love for you to come on. Absolutely.
Perfect. So I'll reach out and let you know more. But, welcome again. And thank you for all the support you've given me with the daily African Proverbs from the very, very beginning. So this growth is partly because of, your labor of love. There were days when we were almost giving up on this ship, but we never did.
But we stayed together.
That's true. Hey, Dan, I've seen you quite a few times in the room for the Daily African Proverbs. Please share with us where you're joining us from and what this proverb means to you. Thank you so much.
Hey, everyone. It's good to be here. Funny fact, I didn't know I was on stage because I went to buy bread at this amazing bakery in Brussels where I reside at the moment. And I was just listening to you guys. So I didn't know that at some point, maybe through my pockets movement, it brought me on stage. So I'm happy to be here and to listen into everything that's been said. And for some strange reason, I'm a filmmaker, I'm a screenwriter, but I'm more and more involved in African content because of certain meetings that I've came across here on Clubhouse. And I mean, we're seeing some familiar faces already. I mean, I've seen you in other rooms as well. And so I'm involved at the moment. Again, I'll speak about the proverb just a little later, but I'm involved in helping develop a concept of creative hubs in Africa, starting with Lagos, where I'm collaborating with Ike Nwabe, is a Nigerian filmmaker who's brought that concept to my attention, and it kind of addresses a lot also about the proverb as well. It's getting help, and I felt sort of a natural inclination to want to also play my part, being in Europe as well, to maybe generate some interest there. And we are in the midst of, we're still seeking, more people who want to invest, especially from the African diasporas. But in my profession, and that addresses the proverb, my slogan is, I am as good as the people I surround myself with. So basically, to make a good movie, if your makeup artist sucks, the movie's going to look like your makeup artist's work. And I need help constantly. And it also, the gentleman before me mentioned the weakness part. It's very difficult to ask for personal help, but on a professional level, it's much more. It's a good training ground, if I may say, because I am looking for the best makeup person, the best costume, the best, and especially human beings that I'm going to get along with. So I think asking for help, depending on who you're addressing this help to, is also detrimental to us feeling comfortable about also getting help. But especially, I mean, I've been shooting teasers to develop my films, and of course it's non-paid. Of course, people eat really well, but I need 2 or 3 days of your time, whether you're a crew or an artist or an actor, to dedicate, to believe in my project that we barely know each other. So that's kind of, when there's no money involved, that's the true testament of getting help from people who believe in you. There's nothing beats that for me. So again, I'm happy also for anyone who's interested to find out about these creative hubs that I love to be an ambassador for, and to bring more good souls to the conversation of how to make these happen. Please back channel me, and thank you so much for this room. Really interesting. Also, Joseph, is he still here? Was in my room yesterday. We were dealing with Masks of Africa, and we moderate this room, once a week with Ike and Tama. And it was fascinating, the conversation. Joseph, thank you so much for your input in regards to that. We're now connected, and I already thinking of a script that can be developed thanks to the shares. So that's it. I'm done speaking.
Simon, I'm sorry. Can I say something to Dan?
Yes, of course. Thank you.
Okay, really short. So Dan, I saw your message just now. Can you make sure you have another room like that so I can attend? It looked like I missed a very good room. I was in meetings from morning to late yesterday, so I missed that. So I apologize. I'm done.
No worries.
Thank you so much, Aminata, and Dan. I also back channeled you. I want to talk more. I am part of the films for the African Wild community. I actually created a club here for filmmakers who are making films about African wildlife and nature, and we have a very big WhatsApp group. And so, I want to add you to this community, especially because of the things that you're doing in relation to Africa, and potentially connect you with other filmmakers who are working in that field. Thank you again for being here. Now, Sasha. Sasha, thank you for being here with us again for the Daily African Proverbs. Today we have a proverb from Chad, and it says, ask for support if you wish to remain strong. What do you think, what comes to your mind when you hear this? And also, where are you joining us from?
Good morning. I'm joining you from Pennsylvania, right next to Ohio, actually. So it's the same time, about 10 a.m. this morning. This is my first time here, actually, so I was mostly listening, but this is actually timely because I have a tendency to try to do a lot of things on my own. So what it means to me really is just learning how to lean on others and being open to ask the questions I may have, especially in a new space or with a new project, or which as an artist, a lot of times I tend to do things on my own, but I appreciate the space because it allows me to think about how I can ask for support from family or friends, or even someone new who might be willing to help. So that's really what I'm thinking of right now as I'm listening.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sasha. I hope I'll see you again tomorrow in the coming days. By the way, tomorrow, for those who are joining us for the first time, every Wednesday is a poetry a poetry theme. We basically take this proverb and we turn it into a poem. I don't do it. I have an amazing poet who co-hosts these sessions with me, and she's always live on YouTube with me. Her name is Chioma Sheri. She's incredibly talented. She's also from Philadelphia. And Mahala, do you mind just talking a little bit about the Wednesday sessions, because I feel that you've always been there, and I feel that you also know Chioma better than I do. Just take a minute. Hey Mala, I can barely hear you. I wonder if you're so far away from your mic now. Try again. Okay, we'll give you a moment when you're ready, Mala. Again, I wanted Mala, who, probably knows, well, not probably, but she knows Chioma better than I do. And she's always supported those sessions, so I wanted to give her space. But I want to go to my brother, Johnny. Johnny, how are you doing? How are you holding up? And, what are your thoughts on this proverb? And how can everybody in this room support you and your family in this time?
Thank you, Brother Simon, as always, for this space. And peace to Sister Marla J. and some other familiar faces, my sis Tiff, BB, and I see my brother Shamari in the crowd. This proverb right now is very, very timely. Ask for support if you wish to remain strong. Similar to Queen Sasha, I'm a person who's used to doing a lot of things on my own. And I identify myself as a lone wolf. So learning to lean on other people is something that I had to learn to do. I had met a person on Clubhouse named Dr. George Frazier, and he has a book called Click. I think it's the 7 truths about networking, or 10 truths about networking. And one of the truths is that distrust is something that has to be earned. A lot of times, trust is something that has to be earned. And as a person who has a hard time trusting, I have a hard time asking. And even if I ask, I have a hard time receiving. And I say all of that to say that Brother Simon's platform allowed me to receive some very pivotal help that I was scared of receiving. So thank you, Brother Simon, for connecting me with Brother Stefan Youngblood yesterday. That brother's phenomenal. Just thank you for the people who have been supporting. I just want to say that there's an African proverb that I'm reminded of, and it says that when spiders web unite, they can tie even a lion. And I think that that's what I'm learning, is that we are definitely better and stronger together, and that the division will only further add to the oppression. So if anybody is wanting to support me and my family, my cousin is Amir Locke. He was tragically executed and lynched by the Minneapolis Police Department in conjunction with the St. Paul Police Department in Minnesota on February 2nd. And so if you look at my link in my bio, there's a GoFundMe link. You can go to my Instagram, and on my Instagram is the GoFundMe link in that bio. Click that, share it on your social medias, Even if you can't give anything to support financially, you'd be surprised what you can do just by spreading it to your networks. And we're open to receiving all help. Thank you, Brother Simon, again for everything that you do with this platform. And I look forward to just seeing what you continue to do with this space. Peace, brother.
Peace to you, Brother Johnny. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your continued support. And, for me, I always stand with my people, whether it's during celebration or whether it's during challenging times like this. And so this is our village. We have to involve everyone, no matter what we are going through. So thank you for finding this also as a safe space, because for me, when I'm going through what you're going through, I tend to hide. I'm one of those people that just hide and I just disappear, and I feel that this space taught me how to not hide, because when we studied the daily African proverbs, I had just lost my mom, and so I began learning how I can actually be who you are being right now, Johnny. So this is very courageous, and I commend you. Bibi, it's been a minute. It's been a few days, not a minute. I just know that you always share with us here almost every day, and whenever I don't hear your voice, I know that Bibi is not in the room. How are you doing? Where are you joining us from today? And what are your perspectives on the proverb today?
Good morning, Simon, Mala. Hi, Jay. Hi, Tiffany. And hi, Johnny. Good to see you. Seems like a reunion today. I'm happy about that. I'm actually in the car right now. I'm going back home now. And earlier, I didn't come in to talk, but I was listening the whole time because I was at the doctor's. And all is well. I have 4 more weeks to go. So I'm excited right now. And going home, I was listening to everyone's perspectives. It's pretty awesome. And if you can hear in the background, it's because I have my 2-year-old with her phone. So she's playing her games and not screaming like she would be. But my take on this proverb, it's like, I was like, wow, our ancestors really, they were wise, because these wisdoms were here, or it was there way before the Bible even came about. And we talk about it takes a village to raise a family. And also, this one talks about asking for help if you wish to remain strong. And it is also in the Bible, seek and you'll find, knock and the door will open, or ask and it'll be open. And that comes in all areas of lives. And when you think about it, you're like, wow, it does make sense. And to me, I feel like there's nothing else that makes more sense than this. If you wish to remain strong, you have to ask. And with that, I yield my mic. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Bibi, for your contribution. And, I'm glad you're doing well. I wonder, 4 weeks to what? Are you traveling to the continent? Are you... Just say a little bit about that. You said 4 more weeks, and I just want to make sure I got it. I understand what you're working towards.
Now, Simon, remember after my accident and a few healing sessions, then I ended up, I think I ended up saying it in the room here. I'm not sure, but if you do see my profile picture, that is a maternity shoot. I am actually expecting a little miracle, which is a miracle to me because some of you, if you guys have been here in the past, then you know my story. But if you don't, 11 months ago, last year in March, I'm also a runner. I was out running and I got hit by a car, and that car left me in a place where it is God's miracle that I'm still alive. I had 2 broken legs, 2 broken arms, fractured pelvis, brain injuries. I had um, pulmonary um, contusion, where my lungs were filled with blood, and they had to I believe there was a cut in my left lung for the blood to be able to come out in order for me to survive. And when my blood was when my lungs was filled with blood, I was actually pretty much dead for 10 minutes. So they had to revive me, and the last year has been nothing but recovery session for me. So, and coming to this room almost every day has really, really helped me because, the brain, when you have injuries to it, especially when you had the way I had amnesia. I forgot so many things from my past and my previous life before now. It was just crazy. And coming here, I didn't even know it was gonna be so beneficial. I was just joining it because I was excited since my grandma and I, we used to speak using proverbs. That's how she taught me. So it's like being in the room, I was just reliving my childhood memories, but it was actually helping me psychologically and mentally as well. So this room has been a great help. It has helped me bring back my memories tremendously, and my healing has just been amazing. So, yes, when I say 4 more weeks, it's I have more weeks to bring this little bundle here, and she right now she's gonna have two names from my language. One, I'm waiting for the name to come from back home with my oldest auntie, our the mom and the matriarch of the family. She's gonna name it, but the one that we have right now is Tatiana, and the other name in my language is called Nyanyuma, and Nyanyuma means daughter of miracle. So Nyuma means miracle, but when you put Nya in our names, it means it's a girl's name, and it's of like the princess of Wales or princess of whatever. It's of a certain tribe, clan, and culture. So when you hear the name Nyanyuma, you automatically know that it's from our tribe if you speak my language and you know about our tribe. But if you don't know our tribe, then you'll know that Nya means a girl, especially in some parts of the Eastern African countries and some parts in Mali as well, because that's where we originally derived from. So that's my share for today. Thank you so much, Simon, for having me.
Thank you, Bibi. Listen, we must be from the same lineage because Nya is also how you refer to women in my tribe, So that's really, really amazing. I wonder what tribe in Uganda you're from, but I'm a Luo from Kenya. And when you say Nya, my mother was called Nya Chula because she's from the islands. Chula is the islands, and then you add Nya to refer to where a lady or a woman comes from. So it's really, really amazing. And now I just want to welcome Dr. Frida Mambo. And by the way, Bibi, congratulations on that little bundle of joy. Now, Dr. Frida, how are you? It's been a minute. Share with us your perspectives on this proverb and where you're joining us from as well. Thank you so much.
Hi, Simon. Thank you. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Oh, yes. I hear you very well.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. I'm driving as well. Thank you so much for having me here today. It's been a minute for real. I think the last time I came in this group, in this group, was probably sometime last year. I'm not sure, but it's been a minute, Simon, and I am happy being here today. Bibi, oh my God, girl, I just listened to you, and you are such a strong woman. But trust me, you scared me there, when you said you were out running and got hit by a car. I am a runner. I run like every single day. So now it's like, okay, do I want to go running? But girl, like the saying, ask for support if you wish to remain strong. And I'm sure, you with your healing process and all that, it's because you have, support around you that you've healed and you continue to heal. So girl, I am so, happy that I listened to you today or that I joined today because the strength, the strength that exuded when you were talking was just so captivating. So thank you for sharing that. Um, for those that do not know me, my name is Frida Mambo. I am a doctor of public health and I live in Birmingham, Alabama. I also have a bunch of businesses that I manage or run. And looking at this saying, yeah, ask for support if you wish to remain strong. One of my businesses is a cleaning company. I do have a cleaning company that I run, and I have a bunch of workers that, work for me. And every single year, I usually, like many others, and also, many other companies, we all start with, we have a goal, we have, what we are projecting, thoughts, for the end of the year. And so one of my goals for 2022 was um, have 20 clients, new clients every single month. And so I thought to myself, how am I going to, be able to achieve this? And so what I did was, hey, I have my workers that are out there, in the field, and they are doing all the work. I have about 19, 19 full-time workers and about, 5 part-time workers. And they are out there doing all the work. And so I was like, you know what, we've been doing this, for the past couple of years, and we've been, making these goals and just, us those myself, my manager, we've been the ones, at the forefront making all the decisions. So I was like, you know what, I have this goal to have, 20 new clients every single month and have this, huge goal by the end of the year. And so I said, well, let me get these people involved. Those are out there on the field and doing all the work. So I called all my workers, that are out there every single day on the field. And I said, hey, this is the plan. This is what we plan to do. I need for us to have 20 new clients every single month. And I also need for us to be able to achieve this goal by the end of the year. And so we got into a meeting for 3 good days. We had a meeting and training, whatever, for 3 good days. And ideas kept on coming. I mean, my workers are just incredible. They kept on, sharing their ideas, sharing their thought process, what the thing is going to work, what the thing is not going to work. And behold, my dear friends, this January that just passed, we were hoping to get 20 new clients. Guess how many clients we got? 32 new clients. 32 new clients in January. And just from February 1st to this point, we've had 11 new clients. And kid you not, my workers have been so involved in every single process to get, the new clients. And so the people that surround you are the people that are going to make you great. And my workers are just incredible. And this would not have happened. The 32 new clients and the 11 new clients and counting for February would not have happened if I had not gotten everybody together and say, hey, this is the plan. I need you all to be involved. So I just, yes, support. We have to be able, and there's this saying, asking for help doesn't make you weak. It reveals strength even when you don't feel strong, right? So going to my workers was not a moment of weakness. It was just me saying, hey, this is what I want to achieve. This is my goal. I need input from every single person that is involved in the growth of this company. And that is what we did, we did. And look at what we've done for January and still counting in February. So hey, I am looking forward to the rest of the year. Thank you, Simon. I yield my mic.
Wow, Dr. Frieda, I just love everything you just shared with us, and now I understand why you've been missing in action. You know, you've been conducting a revolution. Anyway, congratulations and keep up the amazing work. Thank you for really,
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it home, by aligning our conversation with something also happening in real life, and how this proverb applies to some of the things that we do, with other people, and how it's important to empower, people that work with us, people that work for us. I am just so inspired by your story, and I would love to host you as a guest on my podcast. So look at your DM. I am busy looking for amazing people who can share, in-depth stories about how they got there. So we've come to the tail end of our conversation today. This session is being recorded for the African Father in America podcast, which is the club that we are all in here on Clubhouse. I urge you to follow the club and, nominate 3 to 5 people today. That would really mean a lot to me. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel. My goal is, I don't have a big goal. I'm not very ambitious right now, but by the end of the month, I just want us to get to 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, So tomorrow I'll let you know how much we were able to grow from today, and hopefully we'll surpass this goal, similar to how Dr. Frieda demonstrated to us that, if you involve your community, if you involve the people that surround you, you have no idea what you'll be able to accomplish. So with that, thank you all so much, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Peace and love.
Can I say something real quick? Thank you. Yes, and Dr. Frieda, by the way, no need to fear, because after I've been hit down and broken down, I rose up and I'm back to running again. And I've actually ran 6 half marathons, and I ran my last half marathon race in December at 7 months pregnant. So it is possible. So don't give up, and just go there and run, because it's love in your heart, and God will protect you along the road. So have no fear. And I just wanted to add that in there. Thank you so much.
Oh, baby, that's really, really powerful, and you're incredible. Thank you so much. And look at your DM too, by the way. And have a beautiful day, everyone. Thank you so much for all the love and support you continue giving me. Aminata, do you have something to add before we wrap up?
No, I was just, flashing my mic.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, tapping the mic on Clubhouse, for those who don't know, is like scratching the LPs. When the DJs are scratching the LPs, the music is so nice. Anyhow, I now have my 2.5-year-old daughter under my desk, and she's signaling me that it's time to wrap up our conversation today. So I'll see you all tomorrow for the Wednesday session, with Chioma Sherry, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
African Father in America. Tujikaze, jikaze. Africa, tujikaze, America. Tujikaze. You are listening to African Father in America podcast by Simon Javan Okello, live from Seattle, Washington.